Going to a wig styling. Wait, it's a wig styling party?
There's a wig styling party with Stitches and Kidneys cosplay. Look them up on Facebook.
7 a.m. on Sunday.
Well, gonna be styling wigs. They're like gonna work on some costumes. All ready to get ready for tomorrow. You take this. Angel beats for the win. Angel beats. You can't even comb because I guess they have a comb. Anyway.
I don't have a comb, so.
You texted me.
Oh, Swiftest!
Slowly death.
I still call you Swiftest because you
do you have any extra weight?
Terrible.
I thought it looked
I don't know how that turned out
I
like
thought
that.
it looked good.
I know, that was like
the front looked really
all
awesome.
my other I gotta wake up early to
Snip,
get
snip,
into
snip,
the
snip.
room. She was like skipping her classes
By the way,
or something.
I've never...
So,
to get shit done. There are
It's
wig
right
makers
here.
out there everywhere who are going to see this and be like,
Maybe,
why are you
I don't know.
doing this?
I don't really get
Like how like the trees are decorated with the lights make it more like, I don't know. It gives us more of a
Wonderland?
Huh?
Wonderland, you know,
Yeah.
kind of like a fairy tale.
yeah. And like how it doesn't it seem like it's almost like a little village with like the
It is a village.
It is like that's
Just those two
that's what I
buildings.
look at it as, you know.
Wow, so, okay, so tell me, why back to Katsucon? What's the best thing about Katsucon that draws you back
I love
here?
this location. As a photographer and a cosplayer, it's got some gorgeous locations for photo shoots.
Yeah. And I would ask you, except you, this is your first time here, so what are you expecting this weekend?
I can't wait to see the World Cosplay Summit prelims. That's going to be amazing. And the sheer fact that this is where it's hosting it, you know all the best cosplayers from around the U.S. will be here.
Agreed.
So
It's going to be crazy.
I have a friend in there, so I'm looking forward to rooting for them.
Yep.
So I guess you guys are representing Atlanta?
Yes.
We're cosplay ambassadors.
You're cosplay ambassadors here?
Yeah, we're actually, two Atlanta teams are up. It's us and then Katie George from Atlanta and her friend Diana from Florida. So we're really excited to kind of, you know, rep in the South, but also there's a little bit of a rivalry going on. We're also rooming together, so it's pretty fun.
Have you competed before?
No, actually. Like, ever.
I mean, like in WCS, no, but I've entered a lot of contests.
Really? So what are your expectations and hopes for this one?
I'm totally here to have fun. I almost don't even care about the winning aspect because I know all the contestants, so if I don't win, then my friends won, and then it's still a good day.
Yeah.
I'm really excited because it seems like a lot of people are bringing their A game. I've kind of followed the WCS the past couple of years, and you know, some years, you know, people probably put a little bit more effort than others, and I really feel this year because it's at Katsucon and Katsu's making a huge production about it versus like at Fanime last year where they seemed to shove everyone in a room.
Sunday.
So I'm really excited to see that they're, you know, really putting this event out there and everyone is just, you know, really excited and just following the other contestants online. It's actually a really interesting experience. I'm not going to lie, I've got a little caught up in it, like, oh, I want to know what they're doing. Oh my God, what, you know, they posted a progress picture. What is that? It's a new experience.
About it. I know
We feel good. Like we really like our skit and our costumes.
And
Yeah.
Japanese. Yeah, that's what it's
And we saw like the other people, just like their photos in the album, and it looked really cool. So it seems like there's good competition. We're the only black folks though.
Yeah, so we're gonna represent the.
And it's Black History Month. So
I know, right? give it.
I'm just saying.
I used to say this was like my Valentine's Day con, but now it's the most important day of our entire community's life. We have to win for the sake of every. I'm not being facetious.
Yeah.
Every black person ever, and that is a Lady Doctor Who.
Lady Doctor Who.
Hello, Doctor. So.
Wow, was it 05?
I'm Team 05, baby.
Your team 05? So that's how you got involved in the World Cosplay?
I mean, that's kind of how it started. Cause I entered and ended up on the 05 team, and you know, like I had a blast when I went. I mean, it's one of those things like, you know, yeah, there's issues. It's the first year there was a competition, so you know, they learn, they do their thing, they evolve, but we still had. I mean, all that aside, it was stressful, but we had so much fun. Like just meeting all those people. Where are you going to meet that many cosplayers in one place from different countries? Like,
exactly.
Cool. They keep adding more every year. Like I'm so excited to go. Like as an organizer now, and just take the team. It's like the Den Mom. I love it. I'm the Den Mom, you know.
When did you start becoming the Den Mom?
I actually took over organizer in 2010. It was after they had a departure from NYAF. They were kind of looking around to see venues, and I talked to Ed about it before. I'm like, you know, if you ever need an organizer. And sure enough, in 2010, they're like, hey, so how you doing? I've been going to AX since '96. So, and I always had friends that were cosplayers, and in 2000 I started cosplaying myself, and it's a passion. It's a really expensive hobby, but it is so much fun, and just the ability to be creative.
Well,
Yeah, it's just.
I mean, this looks like put together to.
So I can show off my device here.
Yeah.
It's, well, originally the draw out was just 3 pipes T.
Right.
And this dumbbell weight.
Right.
But I added this C clamp on there because it just wasn't. It was kind of whenever you turn, it would go like that.
Right.
And dip.
Can I try that? And how long did it take to put it together?
It took me altogether about 2 months. It took the actual main suit took like less than a month to do, but everything else, the lights, extra time.
So basically, is that powered by a battery somewhere?
Yeah, got the battery pack right here, got the switch here.
Oh, dude. So how are people just love this one?
Yeah, so far. Some of them don't know it though because, you know, it's kind of still obscure.
Because it just, you know, wider spaces.
Right.
And I really like cosplaying. I like seeing people's expressions when you walk down the street. They're like, what's that?
She went to the bank this morning dressed like that. At the ATM, people are like, okay. Well, Pikachu's my favorite Pokemon ever, but I've cosplayed him so many times at this point that I just tried choosing other Pokemon. And I've been going through my kind of favorite of each generation. Pichu's my favorite second generation, and I hadn't done him yet, so that's what I'm doing this year.
See how awesome this guy is? He's got like 2 belts.
You can learn a lot about yourself through cosplay, like how to be more confident with yourself, I guess.
Skippy Custom get you pictures.
Best thing at Katsucon?
Yeah. What brings you back?
I'd say the gazebo area, because there's a lot of really, really cool photo shoots up there.
Yeah, there
and
is.
it's just a nice scenic place to go and look at everything. Even the fountains are really cool too.
Except for the music, that bugs me after a while.
Yeah, that bugs me. Like, it's annoying loud.
At the door?
Huh?
At the door registration?
Yes.
It's over there.
Thank you.
What do you think makes a good cosplay photographer?
I've actually found it's nice for someone who's willing to work with you, but also has an idea of what they want. Because we may have a set number of poses, but that doesn't guarantee that we have the best ideas in mind.
Right.
And we're not the one behind the lens.
Sometimes
So we can only imagine what we look like from our perspective rather than through the camera lens. So in the end, I feel like it is the photographer's job to let us know if we look the way he wants us to.
Like even if it's just like a tilt your head a little to the side, or
because
smile a little different,
like I've seen plenty of shots where this will be right in the middle of my face, and it looks kind of derpy.
So basically, a good suggestion is just come up and ask.
Just ask.
Yeah.
Use your words.
You know, I think that would also tie into the whole personable aspect. Like, if you want people to want to take your picture, being all awkward and standoffish isn't going to make people want to take your picture. You want
just become
that
more
you can associate with.
Right.
So if they're like, "Hey, guy, I like your costume. Can I take a picture?" Sweet, yeah. Then people will be like, "Oh, that guy was cool. I might want to get some more pictures of him."
Okay.
Don't be nervous.
What are we talking about?
We're going to talk about cosplay, obviously.
Cosplay. Oh man, cosplay. It is a hobby for me. I love it. And you know, coming to this thing, I'm from Memphis, Tennessee. I flew out from Memphis, Tennessee to come up here. And I come up here, like, you know, all these like conventions and whatnot. And lately, like past like 3 years, so I've been going to a lot more conventions and making a lot more costumes for myself. And it's just, you know, my favorite thing to do.
Alright, what I'm doing here at Katsucon is I like to put smiles on everyone's face.
I'm stalking you, dude. Yeah, I'm stalking you. Say it. Okay, now make a song out of it.
Wax on.
the significant other?
It's always.
It always is.
She has shown no signs of being a geek at all.
How do you get it to squeak?
Oh, how to squeak?
How do you get it to squeak?
It's a squeaker put in the top that's sewn in, but I can't take credit for it. I bought this from an artist at Otakon, 9-gauge needles.
I've been cosplaying since 7 o'clock this morning. I would like to not have to cosplay.
I wish I could record this as Bill Dandy just breaking down. Well then.
Henry,
This is what happens when you go against a koala bear.
And I mean, Tokyo Game Show is probably the best way to, for Americans to try to experience like Japanese cosplay culture, but at the same time having assistance in English because it's the most Western friendly, I guess.
Okay.
But yeah, for cosplay culture in Japan, there's just a lot of things they do that are totally different than the way they're handled here in America. I think the biggest thing is the way cosplayers, the way people will line up to take pictures of cosplayers. It's not like in a con where you go and ask a cosplayer, oh, can I grab your photo? No. So what happens is, there'll be, first off, there's a designated cosplay area.
Okay.
And in the case of Tokyo Game Show, it sort of makes sense. They just don't want cosplayers like being bottlenecks in the traffic of the industry areas and the booth. So they have a section that's where the cosplayers are supposed to be. When the cosplayers get there, they just unofficially take up spots. They'll stand there, and what will happen is they'll sort of like give a cue that they're ready. And what happens is all the photographers, anybody that wants to take a picture, they'll line up in front of them. And one photographer at a time will come, and the Japanese cosplayers, there's one thing which I sort of wish it would carry over in America, that they really research their poses. Not just specific to their character, but also generally good poses for pictures. And so they'll usually have anywhere from 6 to 11 poses already memorized. And what they'll do is, they'll take a pose, they'll let you take a picture, and then they'll take another pose, and they'll let you take another picture. Basically, and they'll keep posing for you until you're satisfied. And
5 minutes time?
There's, you know what? There's really no hard time limit, and much to the detriment of some photographers, they get a little obsessive. But at that point, after a certain point, the cosplayer will be like, "Thank you very much." It's sort of like a hidden cue that is, all right, it's your time to go.
Okay.
And then the photographer leaves, and then the next one comes in line and does a shoot. Now, because of that, there's an obvious benefit and drawback to that. The benefit being that you, as a photographer, you have a one-on-one session with this cosplayer. She's already got the poses lined up for you, and it's just a matter of you taking a picture. And it's great for you because you got great shots. You don't have to fight for it. You're not in the back trying to get a shot.
Yeah.
But on the draw side, you end up having to queue to wait for a cosplayer. And as you can understand, for the more popular cosplayers, I've seen wait lines an hour long.
And I was like, that's the perfect color. Can I just take that and like cut it all the crap and sew it?
Do not weave fabric.
You know, like Troy, I usually go to.
This is called surgery.
It's actually submitted for last year's World Cosplay, or is this your first time?
This is our first one.
Really? What got you guys decided to try it out this year? We blame you?
Everything always gets blamed on me.
We blame everything on her. She causes all the problems, and then I make them extreme.
So we all kind of combined our skills. I did a lot of prop work, shoe work, armor work. My friend did the sewing. So we all kind of did whatever we each did best. The mask was all my work. It's actually mainly made of leather.
Right.
Some of the depth pieces are made of wood. The ears are made of wood. Metal for the earrings, and then the inside is red acrylic so I can see out of it a little bit.
Okay.
And even my little Pella spins.
Oh!
Yeah, I want to motorize it, but I'm not that good yet, so.
It's just the word got out. More and more people were added to the fandom, who were telling their friends, and of course there's always the viral aspect of it.
Also, I guess it was people at conventions being like, whoa, who are these great people? Let's find out.
I mean, it's sort of hard to miss this.
I just mess with people, honestly, because most of my friends don't read it know what it is, and they'll be like, oh, hey, is that Homestuck? And I'll be just like, no. What? What are you talking? This is Italia. No. And they're like, no, it's not. It says Homestuck. And I'm like, what are you talking about?
What's a good con to go to in Canada?
Otakucon.
Okay.
Go to Anime North. It's like an American con, kind of. But
Otakucon is gorgeous because it's in Montreal, so there's old Montreal right around the corner, and there's a fountain that's on fire.
It makes you feel like you're in Europe.
Yeah,
if you want that experience.
It's gorgeous for photos, and it's really fun and small, which is nice.
I think what's happening with cosplay is that it's becoming a little bit more mainstream because it's getting a lot of attention on the internet and people are starting to understand it. And now with people like who are making ready-made cosplays, I think it's going to become more of a legitimate business for a lot of costumers, and you're going to see a lot more retailers going up online with some of these costumes, which makes it more accessible. But at the same time, it lessens the personal experience because you see a lot of kids nowadays who are younger who like buy some of the supplies for their cosplays and then modify it for themselves, or buy entire costumes and don't do anything themselves. So there's a little bit of a disconnect between like the cosplays of earlier when you had to make it all yourself and what it is nowadays where you can either make it all by yourself or it's readily available for you.
Hotel this morning and have his cosplay start falling apart as he walked.
We walked out of our hotel this morning to go and get judged for the costume contest, and the elastic started just snapping off her costume. We got maybe 3 feet out of the hotel.
I walked out, I'm like, oh!
And we were like, no, we...
Tell me about your panel.
So it was called Cosplay on a Budget, and basically I just tried to give some advice to people about saving some money while cosplaying. It is an expensive hobby, and you also want to save some money because you want to go to cons and make more cosplays. So I just try to help out people as much as I can.
Do you have some hints? Advice? Some quickie ones?
Yes, I do. One big advice I can give is try to look at one character who has many outfits. So you really only have to buy one wig because wigs are really expensive, and so you just really have to worry about the outfits. Also, thrift stores, Goodwill, they're awesome.
So one of these don't belong here.
On me and my homeboy cardboard.
The materials are not the expensive part, it's everything else.
Well, I mean, even still, I don't have.
Back to the camera.
Back to the camera.
Just twirl a little bit.
Sure.
Stop the and down.
Exactly.
I like that.
This is a video part.
Is this where we're supposed to be catfighting? I'm sorry.
this event evolve over the years since I first participated in 2005 myself. And it was a really moving experience for me. Something I was proud to be a part of, and since then it's become a really important part of my life. And meet new people and have new experiences where I could have nowhere else. Since it became organizer in 2010, I've been thrilled to continue the tradition of the events and bring a new team to Japan to feel the wonder and friendship and pride that I once felt as a participant. The winner and your new World Cosplay Summit 2012 representatives for the United States are Coconut Bubble Sex Princess Tutu!
Megan texted me and said, "Yay!" She knows.
You're on there. Oh, I didn't even know I was on here.
I just wanted to tell you, I just won a trip to Japan.
That's awesome.
I did. We did it, Mrs. Joy. I did.
Oh, Mom.
First thing I did when I won, I called my mom.
No, I'm not teasing. we went for the fun and we ended up pretty lucky.
Yeah, we did. It still hasn't sunk in yet.
Thank you, Daddy.
Thank you.